Yeah, most sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down?
With Mackey and Judd.
Welcome to Sports Media Innovation here. The only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions every single week. We hold each other accountable. We put our careers on the lines every single week. That's right. Write that down. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate, like Jeremy is about to, Jeremy just popping into our backstage green room right now, you can hit us up through the Score North app. There's a feedback tab on the Score North app, and we can get you signed up for some time in the coming weeks. All right? I'm going to warn you guys today. All of my predictions are filled with Timberwolves rage.
Okay.
I feel like you need Wolves therapy. Like last night might have been a bridge too far for you.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. Mm-hmm. What's funny is, like, we are the sports therapists here. We are
I know, and but the
certified Minnesota sports therapists. But where do you go when you need therapy yourself?
It's a known fact. Every therapist has a therapist.
Dude, I've never asked my I've paused my therapy for the time being, but I should ask her that. I never knew that. Like, what's the parameters of that? Do they have therapists too?
Yeah, therapists have.
Well, they don't have to have a therapist if they feel like
no,
they have their life.
You're making it like
but
it's
it's necessary.
ironclad.
Think about what they hear. Think about what. Think about what they hear. Think about, like, their brains probably at some point in time can't just process it, so they need to go to therapists.
Well, no, I think, like, part of the reason why you are a professional therapist is because you're very adept at soaking in other people's crap.
Don't ever assume, though, that that's fine. You need to have a therapist. I'm telling you, I've read stuff about it.
Life advice from Judd. He read a tweet about it.
Read about it.
And so, all right, let's get to the accountability session here, boys. And then we'll get to the predictions. We'll start with Judd.
Holy moly.
A lot of stuff here.
Moly.
And then we have one at the bottom we need to discuss here. So we'll start with the bad, Judd. You said a live golfer will win the Master.
Yeah, I was close.
Dude, you had some guys sniffing around, man. Phil Mickelson making a run, old Brooksy.
Yeah, I was close. I had hope in Brooks at one point more than Phil, but yep.
That's kind of funny. Old Brooksy, you've been playing 3-round tournaments now for quite some time.
Here we go.
Ran out of gas in the 4th round.
Here we go.
Funny. Mm-hmm. You said Brock Faber will record at least 1 point in his Minnesota Wild debut, be it regular season or playoffs. Well, maybe if he would have recorded a point, he could have maybe played in the next game, but be better next time, I guess.
You know what? He certainly had a chance. He played well. So
6 block shots.
I don't regret that prediction.
Be better. Be better.
Have you ever played the game, Phil? Have you ever played the game? Have you ever played in National Hockey League game? Have you, Mackey?
There will be a credible report that Chris Finch is on the hot seat, or he'll be replaced altogether by the end of the season.
Rough.
That did not happen. Kyle Farmer will be the Twins' opening day shortstop.
Carlos Correa deciding that he wasn't going to go to or I'm sorry, being kicked out by the Giants and then the Mets, and now he can't play because he's hurt.
And you said the Gopher men's hockey team will win the NCAA tournament.
Perhaps one of my best predictions of all time, shot down by a group of young men that couldn't see it through.
Cowards. People are still mad about me calling it. You know what it's like? It reminds me of. I said it was a cowardly performance.
Yes. No.
Are you calling college kids cowards? Well, collectively, yes. I'm not like walking into Brock Faber's living room and saying you're a coward. It's like Royce. He tells that story. He got into an argument with his wife, and he said, "Honey, you're acting like a
blank
bleep." And she said, "Did you just call me a bleep?" He goes, No. I said, "You're acting like a bleep." There's a difference.
Make no mistake, Patrick was still in the wrong. You could.
But there's a gap. There's a difference.
But I'm
the
sorry.
performance being cowardly is not the same as saying that a person is a coward at their core.
I would be dead where I stood if I even attempted that.
There
would be no shot. I would have to come sleep at the studio. It would be a whole
Oh,
thing.
you wouldn't know. You wouldn't. You'd be dead. you would be on an Operation ID show.
Italians don't mess around. It would
Dateline. It was any ordinary day for
Real
Declan
Irishman,
Goff as
yeah.
he woke up and prepared for work when his beautiful fiance asked him a question that sparked a fight. He then used a word that
Honey,
got
you're
him-
acting like a
No, you do not use that word. Patrick was in the wrong.
a little redemption for Judd here. You said there'd be a credible report. You said this on both shows at different times. A credible report by the end of April that the Vikings have discussed a trade of Kirk Cousins, and we threw it to the YouTube commenters, the listeners of the show, and they agreed. You deserve this point. It's a home run. And you said the Twins will take at least 2 of 3 from the Astros, which they did.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a little clarification on this one. This one has
Yep.
to come off the board one way or the other. You said there will be a credible report before the end of the season or in season that Cat is unhappy with his role with the Timberwolves. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is me bringing it up. You're not like fighting for this. Maybe you will now. When Cat himself calls a come to Jesus meeting with the head coach about him not getting the ball in mismatches. That was a week ago. Does that rise to the level here?
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't think it does.
I feel like I have to recuse myself here from this because
So you're not even fighting for it, basically.
I'm going to be biased towards it.
Well, no, you can
Well,
fight
you
for
can.
it.
Yeah, you can.
No,
be an
I know,
honest
but I
person
mean,
here.
I don't know.
I mean, I would lean toward probably no,
I would say this, since we've started to do this, I guess I would throw it out there
The listeners.
for the listeners,
okay.
the audience, but I'm not going to fight for it.
I don't know how much we have Lawyer Chase and Retainer. I don't know if we can just continue using Lawyer Chase. I don't know what his
we
bill
don't?
is for us. If
Oh,
he's
I thought
on
you
No, I
were
retainer
think
or not.
no, he's on retainer. Yeah,
Okay.
I
he's
thought you were paying him. I thought you guys were paying him.
he's on retainer. Lawyer Chase, if you're watching or listening here, we could use your help on this. And if you guys could chime in on the YouTube comments and send us tweets. What do you think? It's borderline, but
And I won't fight it.
Cat was unhappy with his role in the offense leading to that meeting. So, no, just
Whatever
want
you
to throw it out
decide.
there. All right, old Macadac, another struggle bus week here.
A lot of red in the last two.
We'll start with the bad. The Wolves will win their next 2 games. They'll be the 8th seed, and they'll beat the 7th seed in the play-in game.
Parlaying, kids.
We had it. We had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter on the 3rd leg of this parlay, and they soiled themselves. Said Carlos Correa would have a walk-off hit within the next 2 weeks. He was at the plate with a ghost runner on second base in one of those games against, I think, the Astros,
Yeah.
and he couldn't come through.
Yeah, he had a terrible Friday.
Gopher Men would win the Natty. I thought that whole like weird Tiger Woods lawsuit breakup thing would prevent him from playing in the Masters, but we seem to be well past that at this point. No one cares.
That just
Didn't
sort of
Jason Day say a screw was like hanging out of his leg or foot?
That was from the PGA Championship last year. That he had like a screw coming out of his skin or something. That's why he had to withdraw from the PGA Championship last year.
he withdrew for just a screw.
Sticking out of his leg,
Just get
like bleeding.
just put it back in.
Yeah. The Twins will use 6 different starting pitchers in the first 7 games. I thought they'd go with a 6-man rotation. They did not. And Jade McDaniels will drop 30 in a game at some point this season. No? Maybe he would have in the plan, but I guess we'll never know, unfortunately.
If he hadn't dropped a punch, he would have, yeah.
I did tell you guys that a live golfer would be in the final pairing of the Masters on Sunday
Good call.
for a little Joe Mauer first row home run in the bushes. So a little bit of redemption there. Dude, the listeners had a bloodbath here too. This is crazy. Zach said the Wild would finish in first place in the division. So they can't do that anymore, right? Are they? No. Okay. The other Thor said Louis Rise will have at least 5 hits against the Twins in that series. He did not.
Hit for the cycle last night.
Yeah, he's the hottest hitter in baseball, but not against the Twins. Bubba said the Gopher women's team will win the national championship. I don't think they did, right? They did not.
No.
Gopher women? Okay. Kincaid said Rudy Gobert will average the most points per game in his career, which he came like 2 points shy of it, which is not good. Gopher men's team will win the Natty from Tom G. And Amir said Carlos Correa and Royce Lewis will both be in the Twins opening day lineup. Royce Lewis, not ready yet. Declan, a really good week for you. We'll start with the bad. You said Jason Day would fire a 66 or better in the Masters. He did fire a 67.
Yeah. And then a meltdown on I think +8 on Sunday.
Yeah, it was bad.
Horrible day.
You said Byron Buxton would home run either opening day or the home opener. He has hit 2 home runs, but neither of them were on those days. You said Kaprizov would play in a game before the end of the regular season. Conley will have a better field goal and 3-point percentage with the Wolves than he did with the Jazz. And we would have a first-time Masters winner in 2023, Johnny Rahm. So with that, Judd still leads with a 480 batting average over Declan at 435, listeners at 200, Macadac at 130. Woof. All of us have 2 home runs on the season. Declan, the all-time batting average leader at 389. Judd 333. I'm at 264. Listeners 259. Listeners lead with 44 career home runs. So, woof, a beefy accountability session here. Let's get. I think Jeremy's in the green room here. We'll see if we can get a connection. Jeremy, what's going on, man?
How you guys doing? Do you hear me all right?
We got you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What shirt are we rocking there? Little Twins pinstripe action?
A little vintage Twins jersey found up here in Montreal, Quebec. Tell me about the odds of that.
Oh,
Amazing,
nice.
dude. So, yeah, what is your background as a Minnesota sports fan? When did you start becoming a fan?
Shoot. So outside of football, it's been a little bit more recent, I'll be honest. But my father, I inherited the Vikings from him. So listen, he was an immigrant. He came here, had very limited TV shows when he first got here. One of them he did get, though, was Vikings games every now and again. And yeah, passed it on to me.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
it's amazing. You're just kind of flipping around and, oh, look, the Vikings are playing the Seahawks. Oh, the game is coming down to the wire here. It looks like they're lining up for a game-winning kick. This will be interesting. Just torturing people, apparently.
Yeah, well, he started being a fan in the 70s when he first got here.
Super Bowls.
Super Bowls, yeah, they were pretty good around that time, eh? My earliest memory, I vaguely remember Adrian Peterson going for 297. Could be some false memories just off of YouTube highlights, but I think I remember that at the ripe age of 12. I must have been 12 or 13.
Yep. Judd and I both covered that game in the Metrodome
nice.
press box. Peterson had like 65 yards at halftime or something, and Tavares Jackson got knocked out cold in that game, right? And they had to go to Brooks Bollinger. Said, Brooks, you're going in. You're just going to hand the ball off about 47 times here in the second half and going to win this game. The crazy thing about that game is Antonio Cromartie set the NFL record for longest. Was it a missed
109.
field goal or was it a kickoff? It was 109
Field
yards.
goal.
Missed field goal. 109-yard return.
Right before halftime.
Yep.
Fans booed him off the field. The Vikings got booed off the field in the game in which Peterson set the new rushing single game record.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, all
We
right.
have
So,
I was going to say we have a history of setting records, but we can't get one specific thing in the record book, right?
yep, that is correct.
Unbelievable.
Spoken like a true Vikings
Unbelievable.
fan.
Yep. So we'll start with Jeremy. We'll go around the room here. We'll go Jeremy, Judd, Declan, back to me. 3 trips. So Jeremy, go ahead, man. What's your first prediction?
Great. Listen, guys, I'm going to keep it mostly Vikings, just because it's what I know the best. So I don't want to, I don't want to talk too dangerously about a team I don't know. Although last night's performance was something else, I got to be honest. So my very first one is going to be that the Vikings are going to draft a non-top 4 quarterback in this year's draft. The top 4, because it's starting to get a little foggy, would be, of course, Young, Stroud, Richardson, and Levis. Off the record, I think we unfortunately stick and pick Hendon Hooker.
So you would not be in favor of Hendon Hooker, is what you're saying?
No, I mean, I'm at the age now, I'm 25, where I feel like I should be older than all the draft prospects, So it feels a little weird to say that I'm not, so I'm not in on it. It's the torn ACL, the gimmicky college system. He has a nice touch, he does, but not for me.
Yeah, it is kind of trippy when you start to realize, oh, I'm the same age or older than some of these guys, or in this case, younger than an NFL prospect. All right, Judd, what's your first prediction?
All right, staying on the Twins theme that I established last week with my first write that down prediction. The Twins will win 2 of 4 against the Bombers this weekend. The Twins
exactly
will win
2 of 4.
Exactly 2 of 4.
Why do you both have like that sort of bland prediction?
Will win 2 of 4.
Never win in New York.
Yeah, because they struggle there, and I'm not going to say 3 of 4, so they're not going to win the series, but they'll still win 2. Okay. So I'm going to give them 2 of 4.
And the rule is, Declan, you can take the same prediction, but you have to add something to it.
Write this down.
It's up to you. Now you're all thrown off, though.
Let's go with this. Fine, yeah, I'll just say this. The Twins will take the series in New York. I'll go for a home run. That's a home run. They're going to win 3 out of 4 at least in New York.
Okay, it's a Joe Mauer, like, yeah. A sweep would be like a real home run.
It's a
if either one of you guys
series.
has the stones.
How many times have they won 4 games in New York in the last decade?
No, I'm just saying. 2 out of 4 is. The Twins are off to a hot start. They have a good pitching staff.
We have a guest in the house, and we have a couple fighting.
They're probably gonna win at least a game or 2 in New York. Okay, I'm just saying.
Take the series 3 out of 4.
Okay, 3 out of 4 is a home run. It's not a bomb, but it's a home run.
Better watch out.
Write this down.
All
right, write this down. Like I told you guys off the top of the show, all 3 of my predictions are going to be Timberwolves rage-filled reactions to last night's buzzkill. So write this down. Karl Anthony Towns will still not learn his lesson when it comes to his foul-happy nature in big games, and quite frankly, in all games. Cat will commit at least 2 personal fouls in the first quarter of the Friday night play-in game. He has collected 5 or 6 fouls in 5 of the 8 playoff or play-in games the Wolves have competed in since last season, and he will not learn his lesson. At least 2 personal fouls in the first quarter.
Okay.
Hold on a second here. You belittled us for a Yankees Twins prediction, and then you predicted a guy that gets a ton of fouls will get 2 fouls.
Okay, how about this? You can bully me into this. That's fine.
No, I don't need to bully you. I'm just saying, Declan shows up for work.
I'll put my money where my mouth is. Okay. Karl Anthony Towns will commit at least 2 personal fouls in the first 5 minutes of game time in the contest on Friday night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. In the first 5 minutes, he's going to get into foul trouble.
Write this down.
Yes, he'll put his palms up and wonder what happened. So, okay, back to Jeremy.
Great. Listen, we're going to keep it with, like I said, the Vikings. This one, it's a little sour, but it is what it is. I think Kirk Cousins will have his best statistical year this upcoming year, but we will miss the playoffs. I think this is going to be full businessman Kirk. He's trying for that new contract elsewhere, hopefully. I think this is going to be a numbers year, not like last year.
Which categories do you want us to measure here?
Right. Listen, we can go full touchdown and say across the board, but I think that's a little dramatic. I say he goes for at least 5,000 yards. I know he did it, I believe, once in Washington.
I think it was like 4,900, I think.
It's 4,900. Okay.
So we can say career high in yards.
Yeah. Career high in yards. And let's go for career low in interceptions. He's going to be very, very conservative.
Okay. And that's in the years that he was a starter. So like he came in for a couple games one year in Washington. So we'll just say in the full-time starter years. Okay. Okay.
Write this down.
Business Kirk. Back at it again. Wearing a suit on the football field.
Briefcase Kirk.
Yep.
BKC.
All right, Judd, what's your second prediction?
All right. Wolves on Friday. I will also give you a write that down. I've not seen any status report on Ant. I know he was definitely from that third quarter situation shaken up, but Ant is going to come back from a disappointing, big time disappointment performance against the Lakers to score 30 or more points on Friday.
Okay.
Ant's
so apparently he was like icing his hand too. He's just got all sorts of
and he plays. I mean, the dude hits the floor constantly. So like his style, I think lends itself to issues like this, but I still think he's going to come back and against either the Pelicans or OKC score 30 or more points.
Okay.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Wild will begin their playoff series by the time we roll for Write That Down next week. So write it down. I'm just going to put this into existence because I think the coaching staff's going to abide to him. Marc-Andre Fleury will start game 1 of the playoff series for the Wild. I think they're going to give it to Flower, even though Philip Gustafson has been the better goalie. They love giving things to their veteran guys. They're going to give it to the playoff experience and tip of the cap to Marc-Andre. So write it down. Marc-Andre Fleury will start game 1 of a Wild playoff series.
So off the record, do they then just decide are they going to ride him through the series until, like, if he plays pretty well, they'll just stick with him, or do you think they alternate?
I think, unless he posts like a shutout, I don't think you can pull a goalie if he like shuts out a team in game 1. I think they'll rotate. Okay. If they lose, for sure they'll play Gustafson.
I think the Gus bus starts game 1.
Write this down.
I think they're trending towards that.
We'll see. All right, write this down. My Timberwolves rage-filled predictions continue. Chris Finch will not be the Timberwolves coach anymore. I'll just say they're gonna move on from Chris Finch. Chris Finch will not be the coach anymore on August 1st. They'll move on from Chris Finch.
Okay.
That's just my emotions predicting.
Just palpable.
Well, dude, they've blown 19 double-digit leads this year. What are we doing?
Portland.
You got players punching each other, punching walls. Like, just grab the steering wheel. Why are you blowing their last 4 postseason losses, all double-digit blown leads in the fourth quarter?
I don't disagree with you one bit.
Why?
I'm just
Why
saying
is that
the
happening?
anger is palpable.
Write this down.
What are we doing?
I can feel it in SLP all the way from you in Minneapolis.
Jeremy, what's your third and final prediction?
So my last one's going to be a show prediction. I love when the viewers do this. I feel like they're kind of rare, though, so we're going to go with one of these. Phil, if you could just remove the earphones for 2 seconds.
I love when somebody has to remove their headphones.
Yeah. All right. We're all good. So either on this show or on Purple Daily by 11:59 p.m. Saturday, so right at the end of the day, Trey Lance's name will be brought up by Phil on this show or the other show.
I love this. Okay.
Good chance.
Good chance, right?
Strong.
Yep.
Strong prediction.
I'm
That's
gonna
good.
save this, Jeremy, too, in
Perfect.
in my backup document. And if for whatever reason I miss it, let me know. But I think Judd and I were gonna have our ears to the ground on this one most likely.
Yep.
So
If
Perfect.
Dex forgets it, remind him.
Okay.
all right.
All right. Come
Phil, you're
on.
good.
Come on back.
Come on.
Come
Phil.
on back.
Phil,
Put those headphones back on.
in. Yeah. Wait. He's gonna turn himself back up.
Okay.
Yep. Here we go.
Is he gonna do
All
it?
right.
Is he gonna-
Am I in danger
that-
of?
Is
Is it going to come off
it
the
coming
board?
off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it going to come
Who
off the
knows?
board right now?
Who
Uh-oh.
knows?
I might
We're
say
not
it.
we
I
can't
might
speak
do it.
about that. Not at liberty to discuss.
Always love when people make show predictions. Jeremy, great stuff here. Good luck with your predictions since you've got this life-changing platform on Score North. Is there anyone you'd like to thank that brought you to this pinnacle moment?
Yeah, this is a life-changing moment for me, to be honest. Right up there with meeting my my longtime girlfriend. I think this might be number one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my dad for bringing me into this world against my will. It is what it is, though. Vikings pain. Listen, thank you guys. I've always wanted to do a little content creation also, so you guys really inspire me watching you do this every day. And yeah, that's that. Go Wolves. Let's hope for the best. If I was allowed a fourth one, I would say we actually hold on to a double-digit lead this Friday, but
Oh, okay.
we'll see. Off the record.
Okay. All right. Well, great stuff. Nice work. And keep holding it down there north of the border.
Yes,
On
sir.
behalf of all
Thank
of us
you guys.
depressed Minnesota sports fans. See you, Jeremy.
Have a good one.
All right, good stuff there. A shout out to our friends at Nutrisource, by the way. Nutrisource, the official pet food and dog food of Mackey and Judd and Purple Daily. Maya Mackey, just always ready to rock and roll whenever we go into the room or the closet where her food bag is, even if we're going for something else. She just thinks like, oh, this is my time right now. My time to shine.
Exactly right. My time to eat. In fact, Dad, get me that damn food right now. Stella, the same way. Stella allowed me to sleep in today. And by sleep in, I mean she waited until 6:55 to wake me up and say, give me my Nutrisource. And now it's all about the training rewards treats. Every day is for Stella, and that means Nutrisource.
Mm-hmm. NutrisourcePetFoods.com. Look at Vinny right there, too. Is that Vinny's girlfriend, boyfriend? What's happening on that phone?
That's his buddy Tito.
Okay.
Vinny thinks Tito's ears, because they stick up straight, are Nutrisource treats, and we have to remind Vinny that buddy, those stay up. They don't just those aren't for you. You can
stop
you can
eating your
some
friends'
Nutrisource.
heads.
Please stop eating your buddy's ears. Thank
He's
you,
so
Vincent.
cute, though.
He is pretty cute.
The Vinmeister's so cute.
The Vinster, man. So NutrisourcePetFoods.com to find a Nutrisource retailer near you, and it is golfing weather here now, and the Meadows at Mystic is a great place to get out over the next few months, Declan.
Yeah, courses are starting to open up in the state here today, and the Meadows at Mystic Lake is not too far behind. Go to golfthemeadows.com to stay up to date on tee time information. You can obviously book some rounds there as well. You can even sink putts. If I can sink putts, the Meadows at Mystic Lake, I promise you can as well. Go to golfthemeadows.com to learn more.
All right, dudes, one more round here. Judd, what's your next prediction?
All right, my final prediction is this. Kirill Kaprizov will score 2 goals in the Wild's first playoff game. Kirill Kaprizov will get on the score sheet in the goal column twice in game 1.
All right, let's get it. LFG.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
LFG.
Well, Jeremy's not the only one who has a show prediction to make. I actually had one written down before he even joined, and I'm definitely going to use it.
Okay.
So, Judd, I'm going to need you to take off your headphones.
Yep.
Oh,
if that's okay.
I'll turn this down too.
Okay.
Judd, you're good? No
Judd.
cheating? Okay.
Judd.
Judley, you okay? Yeah, he has no idea. His microphone's still on. That's the best part. I can hear his chair creaking.
Yep.
Little inside baseball here for the audience. So Mackey, Judd, and myself have a text thread, and we change notes on, observations of game, life updates, etc. But Judd loves to basically talk about how much he just loves Bally Sports broadcasts and his notes. So I'm going to make a quantifiable prediction here, Phil. You tell me if this is fair or not. When Dick Bramer returns to the broadcast booth, Judd will complain in our text thread in at least 3 different Twins games, and the end date will be 1 week after Bramer returns. So when Bramer comes back in 1 week, Judd will complain in 3, because I can't do 1, because he's going to do it. But in 3 different Twins games, Judd will send you and I a note that he is just disgusted with Dick Bramer's broadcasting.
Okay. All right.
Fair?
I'm here for this. Yep. And I'll be honest, I may try to bait.
I understand. That's completely.
But that's all within the rules.
Shocked.
All right.
Okay.
Let's bring it back in here.
Judd,
Yep.
you're good. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Let me unmute Judd too. There we go.
All
Yeah.
right.
Can I say I don't want to give any hints, and I won't here, but you're not gonna. It's not going to happen today. It can't happen today. So you're good. You're good on this episode here. I think it'll be worth it for you if it happens.
Okay.
It'll be worth it for you.
Okay. I think I can't read lips, but because of the time of year, I've got to guess.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, write this down.
Chris Finch prediction, but anyway, go ahead.
Write this down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
So, another angry Timberwolves overreaction here. My guy, Jordan McLaughlin, he's been my guy for the last 2 years.
You guys are done.
He was my guy at first 2 months of the season. I was showing you guys all the lineup combinations of, wow, look at this. You put Jordan McLaughlin in any lineup, and the net rating goes up compared to D'Lo. He came back from the calf injury, and it's like a different body took over Jordan McLaughlin as a basketball player. He's gone from being a dependable backup point guard who can play 20 minutes and keep the ball moving to just being unplayably bad. And so my prediction is, write this down. The Timberwolves will acquire in some form a new point guard. Probably off the record to sit behind Mike Conley. But this offseason, they will acquire a new point guard on their NBA roster.
So they could draft one. They could make a trade.
They could draft one, but they don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't have a first round pick, so it'd have to be a second round pick that makes the team.
They've got second round picks, yeah.
but it could be a signing, it could be a trade of some kind. But Mike Conley and Jordan McLaughlin are not going to be, I guess, specifically Jordan McLaughlin, but they will. The prediction is they will acquire a point guard this offseason.
Okay.
I'm throwing my guy under the bus. Can't do it.
Yeah, big time. Okay.
Yeah. And he can't shoot. Like, dude, I never understand that in the NBA. Like Russell Westbrook. You've been in the NBA for like 15 years or whatever it's been. 13
Hall of
years.
Famer.
You can't shoot?
Might be a
Still?
Hall of Famer.
What are you doing all offseason? Just jumping boxes and like working on your athleticism? Why don't you work on your jump shot, guy?
Write this down.
Being pissed off.
Jordan McLaughlin, work on your jumper. Little corner three.
He's as mad at life as you are at the Wolves right now.
I know. Anyhow, I know you guys have to get to Doogie here for a little bonus scoop, so I'll shut up and stop complaining about the Wolves because there's plenty of that content also available on the Minnesota Sports with Mackey and Judd podcast feeds and Flagrant Howls. We'll see you guys. So a little back-to-back Reckless Speculation Thursday is tomorrow, but you guys are also doing a bonus scoop with Doogie today. So look for all of that. And, of course, Purple Daily for our daily Vikings conversations. See you guys.